8 minutes from now, you will know every defensive coverage, starting with cover zero. Cover zero is the most aggressive defense you'll see. No safeties are back deep, and every defender is either blitzing or in man-to-man coverage. If the blitz gets to the quarterback, the play usually ends right there. But if even one defender misses their man, it can turn into a huge touchdown with nobody playing deep. You'll usually see cover zero on 3rd and long when the defense is desperate to force a sack. Offenses attack cover zero with quick passes like slants, screens, or fades because the ball has to come out fast. Sometimes offenses keep extra blockers in to buy time for the big play. Here's how to spot it. Before the snap, look for no safety standing deep and corners pressed right on the receivers. Cover 1. Cover 1 means one safety stays deep in the middle while everyone else plays man-to-man. It's tough on short throws because defenders are glued to their matchups. The risk is if a receiver beats their defender, there's only one safety to help. Defenses use it on passing downs when they trust their corners to hold up one-on-one. Here's how offenses attack it. They look for favorable matchups, like a fast receiver against a slow defender, and use routes like slants, fades, or deep posts. Motion before the snap can help the quarterback confirm its man coverage. Here's how you can spot it. One deep safety in the middle with corners lined up tight on the receivers. Cover 1 robber. Cover 1 robber looks almost the same as cover 1, but there's a twist. Instead of one of the safeties playing man coverage, one drops down into the short middle, waiting to jump crossing routes and slants. It's a trap to bait the quarterbacks into throwing there. The weakness is it leaves less help over the top for deep passes. Defenses often use it against teams that live off of quick passes. Here's how offenses attack it. By throwing to the outside, using deeper sideline routes, or using play action to pull the robber defender out of position. Here's how you can spot it. One safety deep, but another defender hanging out in the middle of the field with no obvious assignment. Cover 2 zone. Cover 2 zone splits the field in half with 2 deep safeties. Underneath, 5 defenders cover short zones. It's solid against short and intermediate passes and protects the sidelines, but it leaves a hole in the deep middle. It's commonly used on second down or against passing offenses. Here's how offenses attack it. By throwing into the middle seam between the 2 safeties or using routes that sit in the soft spots between zones, like curls or comebacks near the sideline. Running backs can also get open in the flats. How to spot it. 2 safeties playing deep with corners playing shallow but not pressing up tight on the receivers. Cover 2 man. Cover 2 man also has 2 deep safeties, but instead of zones underneath, every defender plays tight man-to-man coverage. That makes it hard to complete passes, but quick or shifty receivers can still win. It's often called on 3rd downs when a pass is very likely. Here's how offenses attack it. By using crossing routes and pick plays to help receivers get separation, or by sending receivers up the seam to split the safeties. Quarterbacks who can run are dangerous against it because defenders have their backs turned. Here's how to spot it. 2 deep safeties with corners right on the receivers in man coverage. Cover 2 buzz. Cover 2 buzz is all about disguise. Before the snap, it looks like cover 3, but at the snap, a safety drops down to cover the flat and a corner takes the deep responsibility. The goal is to confuse the quarterback into making the wrong read. It's used against teams that like quick throws outside. How offenses attack it. By recognizing it post-snap and going back to the seams or the middle of the field, which are traditional cover 2 weaknesses. Here's how you can spot it. Watch for a safety creeping toward the line before the play starts, then dropping quickly into the flat once the ball is snapped. Tampa 2. Tampa 2 is a variation of cover 2 where the middle linebacker drops way back to cover the deep middle of the field. This takes away the biggest weakness of regular cover 2, but it leaves fewer defenders close to the line, which opens up short passes and running plays. It's often used against teams that like to throw to tight ends up the seam. How offenses attack it. By throwing short over the middle where the linebacker's vacated, running the ball, or hitting routes to the sideline like corner routes that stress the safeties. Here's how you can spot it. 2 safeties deep and a middle linebacker sprinting backwards after the snap like he's almost a 3rd safety. Cover 3. Cover 3 divides the deep field into thirds, usually with 2 corners and a safety each covering a deep zone. 4 defenders take care of the short zones. It's balanced, good against both the run and the pass, and it makes deep shots difficult. The weaknesses are short throws to the flat and the intermediate middle. Defenses often use it on early downs. Here's how offenses attack it, with quick outs, curls, and seam routes. Flood concepts sending multiple receivers to one side at different depths are also very effective. Here's how you can spot it. 3 defenders across the deep field looking evenly spaced like a fence. Cover 3 cloud. Cover 3 cloud is a tweak to cover 3. On one side, the cornerback plays shallow in the flat while a safety rotates over to cover deep. It helps jam a receiver and provide better run support, but can be vulnerable deep if the safety doesn't rotate in time. Defenses use it to disrupt timing against one side of the offense. How offenses attack it? By going deep on the side of the rotating safety or throwing quick passes to the opposite flat where the corner has dropped deep. Here's how you can spot it. One corner lined up much closer to the line than the other, with a safety sliding over the top. Cover 3 buzz. Cover 3 buzz starts with 2 safeties deep, looking like cover 2. After the snap, one safety drops down into the short zones while the other stays back with the corners to cover the deep thirds. It's a disguise designed to trick the quarterback into throwing into coverage. Here's how offenses attack it. By holding the ball a little longer to see the rotation, then hitting the routes in the seams or taking advantage of the safety moving down late. Here's how you can spot it. 2 high safeties before the snap, but one of them immediately charges forward after the play starts. Cover 4. Cover 4 has 4 defenders each taking a quarter of the deep field. It's excellent at preventing long passes but leaves plenty of space underneath for short throws and runs. Defenses often use it late in games or on long yardage downs to stop a big play. Here's how offenses attack it. By patiently throwing short slants and outs and checkdowns, or using bunch formations and picks to create confusion for defenders trying to stay deep. Here's how you can spot it. 4 defenders lined evenly across the deep part of the field, almost like a wall. Cover 6. Cover 6 is a hybrid, cover 2 on one side of the field and cover 4 on the other. That means one side has 2 deep defenders and the other just has 1. It's meant to confuse quarterbacks by showing 2 different looks at the same time. The risk is the defense has to communicate perfectly or they get burned. It's often used against passing teams or unbalanced formations. Here's how offenses attack it. By finding the cover 2 side and hitting the seam route, or by taking the short throws under the cover 4 side. Motion can also help reveal which side is which. Here's how you can spot it. Look for one side of the field with 2 deep safeties close together and the other side with just 1 defender covering deep. In the next video, we will go over every passing concept. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. Comment down below with the topic you would like me to cover next. Together, we're going to learn to watch the game like your favorite coach.